Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our final match of this evening's session. Once again, it's a Frenchman against an Englishman. Please welcome onto court from France, who's the second highest ranked Frenchman in the tournament, Serme. Is the highest ranked Englishman in this tournament. He's a former world number one. He's actually making his debut in these championships. Please welcome from England, James Willstrop.
So welcome back to unsquashable.tv and here on unsquashable.com, our Facebook page, for our last match of this evening, James Willstrop against Serme, live here at the AJ Bell ESF European Championships from the David Ross Sports Village at the University of Nottingham. I'm joined once again with Richard O'Connor, the resident head coach here at the university. Thanks for joining us again, Rich.
Yeah, no problem.
So, I've been looking forward to this one, to finish the day, finish this long shift. We've got James Willstrop against Serme. James has been in fine form at the end of last season and looking like he might have a really good season ahead of him this season.
He's the sort of player that everyone likes to watch, and such a lot of racket skill, such a lot of touch. It's a dream to watch, so let's hope we get a good one here. Lucas is a good player.
Yeah, so James is clearly in good form. He won the Cleethorpes Invitational up in Lincolnshire, the pre-season sort of tournament that they hold up there just last week, beating Darryl Selby, I think, in the final. So good win there, and obviously at the end of last season was runner-up at the World Series finals. Serme, obviously from France. He's currently the world number 44. He's actually French national champion, so don't know if Greg didn't play or if he got a massive upset, but he's got that title to his name, and he was also the Irish Open champion in 2016. He's quite, obviously, you probably saw quite a bit of Lucas when he was at UE in Bristol.
Yeah, we used to have to plot against him when he was at uni. He's come on since then.
He's quite a formidable squash player, actually. He shows similar sort of good strengths that the French players show, some great movement, and looks to get quite busy around on that tee line on the volley.
Yeah. He may have a bit of work to do today. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how he copes with the shot making that James has got and the precision that James brings to the game. Obviously, that's that trademark backhand drop, isn't there?
Absolutely.
To watch out for. Oh, Greg Gaultier just making a little bit of an appearance on that front row. Not a bad man to have in your corner.
James is, there's a few tall people in the game, and James is an interesting one to watch. How, if you are tall, how you need to get down to the ball, how you use your body properly and get down to the ball.
He's made it work for him quite well, hasn't he, across his career? It's obviously it's a big thing. I also saw Deck in that match earlier on with a massive wingspan as well.
Yeah.
But it's how the body reacts to the hammer of squash, isn't it? Some of the bigger guys and how they deal with that. There's all the challenges that it has in getting low to the ball from that height.
My body certainly took its toll from pro squash. Kept my looks though.
Do you still get on court or just coach? Have you still play the odd game?
Yeah, I'm on court a lot. It's one of those things when I coach, I like to be hands-on. I dislike being behind the court. And if I get on with a pro, I'm constantly trying to use my racket skills still to make it too tight for them, just so that it replicates what they're going to have to deal with on the court, and it's good fun to do that.
You're renowned for being a one-take wonder on your demos as well, aren't you, Rich?
Yeah. You've got to just keep demonstrating perfectly, and you get a reputation.
Interestingly, I mentioned it earlier on, but Declan James was with James Willstrop in the doubles. They're the pairing that we got together at the World Doubles.
Yeah.
And no matter what way you put the names, you always ended up with the right name, because you ended up with either James and Willstrop if you used the surnames, or you either ended up with Declan and James if you used the first names. Yeah. It's almost a perfect pairing. Yeah, it was interesting seeing how James did the doubles with Dec a couple of weeks ago at the World Doubles in Manchester. It's an interesting event. It went down much better than I expected, actually. The lower tin and the wider court has made that a much more interesting game to see.
Yeah, it is.
So what do you think are going to be the key things in this game to watch out for, Rich? What are your expert eye on things?
I think the thing that you always see with James is the ability to measure the right pace and the right length, and the quality of the shot that he produces just leads to so many openings, and for an opponent it's deadly. You yourself have to match that skill, and it's hard at pace to do that, to constantly find the right pace for the court and for the conditions, and James does that so well. Court craft, though, it's just he makes you think he could go anywhere, and yes, he can.
Yeah.
So
what do you reckon Lucas has got to try and do here? Do you reckon quick tempo and try and get James out of his comfort zone? Is that going to be something to look out for?
I think he'll have to put himself out to take the ball as early as he possibly can, and it doesn't go without being accurate in the first place. So if you're not accurate, you're not going to be guessing too well what James is going to do. So just generally, with somebody like Greg Gaultier playing James, Greg has got a quality opening shots. The drives are really quality. Let's just have a look here.
So he's got James. A spring in his step, hasn't he, Lucas?
Yeah.
Nice springy movement.
So here we go with James, just playing that measured pace all the way down the wall. That's a great crossball with a lot of width on it.
It's just matching pace, height, court conditions, all that stuff that James is just the best in the world at, isn't he, really?
One of the masters of it.
That's what I picked off, though. Caught a loose one.
Spot on length. So that's perfect.
Great utiliser of the lob serve as well, James. Talking quite a bit about serves today, but he's one of the best lob servers there is.
It's one of those things that every part of your game needs to be attended to. It's a great drop. He recovered poorly there.
It's interesting to see how as well they deal with, obviously there's been some tight games, so the schedule's been pushed back. It's that change in time, adapting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're probably running 40 minutes late and going on to court. There's a thing at the World Athletics, wasn't there, with Usain Bolt? Obviously that was quite different with sprinters than squash players, but
yeah, it's the warm-up warmed up,
timing the warm-ups ready.
About 3-all.
He's got one away there, stroke away.
James got his first win over Nick recently in Nottingham, didn't he?
Yeah.
For I can't remember how long it was. It was nearly 10 years, wasn't it? I think
it was something like 16 or 17 to 1 now.
Yeah. He that was on court 10 at Nottingham, wasn't it, in the BSL?
Yep.
Made a special trip back to watch that.
You must be tired. You've been on the go for 8 or 9 hours or
Yeah,
longer.
yeah. I've been.
Get up off the floor there, Josh.
I was just trying to catch some Z's.
That's loose. Ooh, you don't give that to James.
Tell you what, after today, what we really need in here is in the commentary booth is a pot of coffee. I think that would have helped the cause.
A fridge with a few tins would do.
Yeah. That would also do the trick. Probably the slurring of the words probably would be worse though. What's the social life in your squash team here? Do you have any social butterflies that you have to watch out for, Rich?
There's a couple of people. Usually you have to watch out for the head of social
Okay.
in the club and try and keep a check on that. But there's a time and place, and they do have a lot of fun here, really.
It's got to be part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to enjoy where you are.
Yeah.
Did you think of getting a bar closer situated to these courts in the? It's a bit of a trek to the bar, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they were sorting out some licensing in different areas of the place, so that's to come, I think.
Nice lift in the front. Just stretching him up, wasn't it?
I'm just watching how short James holds his racket, and that's great.
Some nice trickery. Oh, I preempted that as well.
His trademark,
yeah.
isn't it?
Oh, and again. You're stuck on repeat.
That's a good one. Another one of my student expressions. Tight is right.
Tight is right.
Yeah. Lucas has been positive. He's playing some shots, and unless you keep moving somebody like James, you're going to get nowhere at all. They're far too much time on the ball. So he's doing the right thing. It is always a risk to do that, but at this level, these guys. There's another one. Takes him in.
That's not so high. That left. Using all of that front wall.
Yeah. You watch James just stabilising the situation again. Taking him short again.
Ah. Nearly. James wasn't sure, was he? Didn't
No,
see
he
it.
wasn't sure, but it was
Luckily it was
again,
down for
a
him.
little bit of a rush of blood there. He played a beautiful rally of several shots to the front, and then just kind of losing patience, isn't it? Another short one of tightness.
That's a nice play. Perfect play.
Catchy for Mr. Serme
Yeah.
outside.
7-6.
Tight.
I remember that one. Tight is right.
James on the move. Another short one. He's taking him up. He's really doing very well.
He has got himself in such good shape, James, hasn't he? Again,
Yeah.
since the back end of last season, you could see it coming right. Just picking at the top there, but he's
really,
moving so much smoother.
He
You can
is.
tell when James is playing well because that
I've got to
movement.
say, I mean, Lucas made him work there quite a lot. James just finishing off with a tight one. pace. Good pace.
That's nice. It's so tight as well.
Look at that.
Just makes it look so easy, James, doesn't he?
Yeah.
To hit the perfect lines. Great finish.
9-6. Left side.
I think it's the look of his squash. It's the lovely soft hands that just almost go gliding into the ball. Again, a good working shot. Good working shot.
Hand out, 7-9.
That's quick onto that volley base.
This left. 7-9.
James getting that shoulder and going for the rugby tackle there. I think he was dropping it in.
James didn't drop back in the court, so it's fair enough. A lovely series of short working shots from Lucas. He's really hung in there and he's played really well. Not many errors, really.
He's done well. He's stuck with him all the way through this first game. There's been a couple of bits where James has tried to really sort of open up, but he's stuck with him. Opens up 2-game balls in this first game.
Measured.
It's very straight and tight unless he's lifting as well, more times than not, James. If it's going cross, it's turning off an angle or lifting quite more often than not. It's done effectively.
Oh,
Great line. So that's the first game. 11-8 to James Willstrop. Leads 1 game to love.
so I reckon that Lucas did really well with getting James on the move, getting James out of position. But the trouble is with that, you know, I think 3-4 times there, James moved up to the front corner with the ball just sitting out, and he's always got the threat of the power, but he just puts a little tight ball in, and it's so hard to reach. And then if he comes steaming up, he does his fancy twirly one thing. So
there are a few around the world. He was trying to get a couple in.
yeah.
Maybe it was the exhibition tournament in Cleethorpes the week before. He's been practicing them. No, I think it was great for the first game. I think it showed from James just how measured he is, how tight and precise to the back of the court, showing those key skills that, you know, took him to world number 1 really. And as long as he keeps with that quality, he's going to keep opening up chances. He's going to make it hard for Lucas. But I think Lucas did do well, didn't he? He tried to initiate, tried to keep the tempo quite fast. He was doing the right things.
Yeah.
It's whether or not he's got the skill level yet, an ability to keep with that at this level.
But what we were talking about at James's ability to just measure the pace. You see how it changes from soft and tight and controlled, and then a sudden injection of pace. And you can imagine what your opponent's going through. It's like, is this going to be soft, hard, short, long? And
it's causing that doubt, isn't it?
Yeah, so much doubt, and also every one of them goes to a target rather than just sort of a random. You know, you can learn to play squash soft and hard, but do you hit your target as well?
He uses the different paces so well. Like, I'm trying to think of someone else that does it quite as well as he does. It's hard to think of examples of the way he weights
I used to love Shavana. Shavana used to be so good at that as well. So, come on. Let's get Lucas a chance here of keeping that style of play. He needs to work on getting his position, because James takes you out of position. So
That's what the weight of shot does,
that's
doesn't
where,
it?
yeah, that's right. That's where he needs to use the softer pressing, not always just pound it. James was just doing the lift and waiting patiently.
That's nice. Taking it in fast.
Good shot.
See if we can keep that tempo up from Lucas, really, isn't it? If you can keep that velocity, but sort of fast balls going in and stretching you into areas, that's the times where you've seen James, I think, start to struggle against players. Because that's what Nick does so well, is gets in front, doesn't he? Takes it early, trying to speed the game up so fast that it takes James out of this comfort zone of hitting.
And Lucas played a really working shot there again. It's loose again. That's why. Really good ones, then he just leaves one loose, and it only takes one, and James is onto it.
James choosing to inject to get pace up the tempo they're hitting.
Suddenly a big change, huh? Lovely stroke, I love that.
That's nice contrast, isn't it?
Yeah. And when we keep doing something like that, the shot was probably on, but just not enough care. Good whip.
Oh. Teach me. That was perfect. I guess they've practiced a lot of that at Ponty down the channels. Mixing it up.
Down 3-4.
Taking that in.
This is what I've said before tonight, you know. You mustn't be scared to play that ball. You work at taking that ball in. You're taking your opponent right to a corner. They can't deal with it. Pressure on for them. That's the recovery now. James steadies.
That last little bit of flick on that again earlier. It's how he brings them in, and it's that fast acceleration of the racket head.
Not going on from Lucas. Still on to work there with his puffing.
4-5.
It's that trademark backhand job, isn't it?
Touch it. Yep.
There you go. Textbook.
That 6-4.
You watch when the top tenors go into the front of the court. There's so much concentration going into the control of the tight ball in front. There's no point in leaving it loose. You've got to be concentrating. No point in almost being deceptive, really.
Yeah.
Just to be hard, otherwise you're in trouble.
It's that precision, isn't it? It's got them to where they are.
Really concentrating there. One or two errors now creeping in.
It's expected, isn't it, at this point, really?
He's been stretched from corner to corner, and he's puffing, you can see. You've got him absolutely standing still in the third. actually go on his ankle a little bit or give a little slipper. But he was standing still.
Give him a few twirls.
We didn't see that post. There it goes. Up.
Oh.
Hey. Beautiful.
A lot of practice has gone into that lob serve, hasn't there? It's just the precision of it. It's great.
Quality shot.
Sticking with him though, Lucas. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Just a few errors were difference, really.
Oh, that's a great get. Such good hands as well from there. Like,
absolutely.
just to get there, I was impressed, and at the precision they went in with as well.
It's that moment of stillness when you don't realise how much that takes when you're lunging in like that.
Did you ever play them though, Rich? That's the key. Who's the best player that you ever played, Rich? If anyone comes to mind.
I had a bad time drawing Jeff Hunt several times in tournaments, usually in quarters and stuff like that, and never got any further. So yeah, I love playing Jeff Hunt.
How many times did you get a chance to play him?
Maybe half a dozen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So James taking that second game 11-5. It's just starting to show a bit of dominance now, isn't it? It's just starting to get a little bit more control.
Yeah. You can see you can just add it up into little chunks, and one of the chunks was 3 mistakes from Lucas, not very good shots, and probably control right up front when he was using his working shots. James just gets up there and just holds a little bit and then plays a really careful tight drop in. You know, that's 2/3 a game gone, and then the rest is just lovely controlled length from James. And
it's just the precision, isn't it? It's so precise what he's trying to do with the ball. It starts to hurt you more and more as the game goes on, I think. And it'll be interesting to see how Lucas manages this third game. There's a chance that James could just run away with it, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
So other than Jeff Hunt, who else? Any other big names that you drew?
Well, my era was sort of Hidi Jahan was there. The end of Jonah Barrington, of course. I never got to play Jonah in a tournament. I did play him in a couple of exhibition games, and he was extremely delighted to lose to me because he was an outgoing pro and I was an incoming pro. But no, those were great
Jonah
days.
And Jeff is.
These were very early days of pro squash, so the late 70s. There was a touring circuit of maybe just a dozen touring pros, and I wasn't in that first dozen turning pro, but I was in the next lot. So
So the path had just started.
The game was sort of pro and amateur in those days.
What made you think about professional squash? Was it seeing those guys playing and that it was a possibility, or wasn't it not till later? Was it earlier on that you were starting to think that was a?
Yeah, I didn't want a proper job.
No desk.
No, at uni I spent a lot of time in the canteen planning my night's match. So.
Whereabouts to go to university again, Rich?
It's called Wits University, the Barkershire University in Johannesburg. But good time, interesting time. Cops coming on the campus, you know, in Nelson Mandela's day. It was protest time.
Interesting time to be in South Africa.
Yeah, it was.
What year did you move to England?
In '83, I came over really because I was probably encouraged to come over to play out in the last couple of years in the pro circuit. I'm basing myself in a better central venue, so that's a long way away from
yeah, it is.
And Wayne Bryars said, oh, I've got to come to Nottingham, and that's where it all happened.
Yeah.
And it's all here.
Rest is history.
The rest is history. Lucas hasn't really changed to thinking about his position enough. That's good.
Just have to get onto it in those front corners a bit more. Oh, that's a bit harsh.
Hey.
I mean, short of walking over it. There was definitely a line round it, but it was a hard line.
It was a decent shot, but it was for James, not even one step. One step would have taken him through the front door.
Yeah. That's a nice show and tell. Show the straight, turn it round. Lucas didn't see that coming, did he?
No, he didn't. From Lucas. Cool.
Just that injection of pace from James again.
He's got him on the run.
Such a nice lift.
She's so much lifting, doesn't she? It's a lesson to all the players, you know.
It's just using all the different heights of that front wall.
Yeah.
It's just making full use of all the skills, isn't it?
That's nice. A bit on the harsh side. It wasn't a great shot from James. I think it was a slight skew.
I think that angle just showed that it was kind of the right side and then went back a little bit, but yeah, I think I probably would have given her that if I was back in there.
Making Lucas to set that up.
2-3.
He's done some travelling already, has Lucas?
You have to get some of that, James, don't you?
That's a great touch, nice one. A little touch on the side of the legs and it faded away to a winner.
Just use the angles a little bit more, James, didn't he?
4-3.
Some time back I was working with on Bengi.
He was across quite a bit. I remember Bengi being on this.
He was a sort of top 10 player and he seemed to come up against James quite a lot and we had to have a really specific plan for James, especially James's backhand drop. But you have to be so perfect to sort of
to
implement
deal with
the
it.
plan as well.
What was it around? Was it trying to prevent the use of that, or was it how to kind of attack it back?
Because of his visual rapid action, it's a deceptive shot to read. But I think it's possible if you spend a bit of time really paying attention to phase the shot. But it's so tight when you get there that everything has to be spot on or choice of shots. once again, just such quality.
5-4.
That angle on the backhand a few times. Against someone like Lucas, who's now reading the straight short ball on that backhand, it's quite effective, isn't it? Because Lucas is very quick. He's charging onto that because he's worried about that option, isn't he? And then that turn off just is. I assume he's doing it to try and break that up, you know.
Yeah. There, he should have just taken off a bit more speed. He was trying to make a threat of a drive, and that just took his racket away from the position that he was going to be the most accurate in.
It's 5 in this third game. This has been when James has really started to push on in each of the games so far, hasn't it, really?
Yeah.
That's a great drop again.
Forcing him, and it's out of court.
7-5.
Going from corner to corner.
Left side.
Positional. Good attack.
Just a bit more energy again from Lucas. He's got to put it in now, hasn't he?
Yeah. Loose.
Oh.
Again, well played rally, just loses a little bit of patience.
It's just that experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
In these big situations against top players. Have to take the right opportunities. It's a big thing that Lewis was saying for Deck is that he's just trying to work on trying to make sure he recognises the right opportunities and makes the most of them.
Yeah.
6-8.
Just keep showing that drop and then punching him long. He's making Lucas do a lot of work there. Each time it's that last little bit of sending it through, isn't it? It's very disruptive to the Frenchman's movement on just a very simple shot.
I think he's puffing as though he's had a packet of Gauloises.
It's just the precision every time, isn't it? It's
You see, I mean, you know, we saw that about a second before we did it, so it's not perfection, it's just perfection, isn't it?
back to doing the basics brilliantly, isn't it?
Want to demonstrate?
I'm sure you'll do it first time.
Yeah, I think comfortable for James.
Yeah. James has worked the rally so well before that now.
Yeah, he had.
Just missing the cherry on top. of a slip slide. Seems all right.
Yeah, full stretch, and then drops a sweat on the court. Might be his own sweat.
And those stretches as well, and you just end up catching the side of your shoe, don't you, rather than the full sole. So we've got 3 match balls for James Willstrop to close out this last of our quarter-final matches.
I think Lucas has played some really good stuff. And he just needed to get his position sorted out a few more times. But he's been positive, he's taken the ball in. Not quite the touch of James, taking the short one in from the front, but...
the physicality's there, isn't it, for him? And the intensity of what he's trying to do. It's just the precision that, it's highlighted when you play someone of James Willstrop's calibre, like how precise the guys are, isn't it? So there we have it. Third game now for James, 11-8. He wins 3 games to love.
Show your appreciation there for performance. Lucas Serme. James, it's been a long day. It's not always easy being the last player on the court. I feel better like this, but overall, your reflections?
Yeah, I'm pleased that the balls are flying around as much tonight. I thought it was the court yesterday, but it was, I think maybe it was the ball. It was very, very quick and quick. Not great for me last night, but it was a bit slower today, thank God, because Lucas is really quick, very, very fast down the court, so if he gets any help from the ball, I know help from the ball can make him a lot slower and dying in the front, and it did a little bit tonight, so it's good to get a win like that, Lucas.
Obviously, so early in the season, the first tournament back, how satisfying is it to be playing like that so quickly?
Great, I mean, I've probably Clearfield's to thank for that. I go to this tournament, Clearfield's every year, great warm, 3 matches, really hard matches in a day, and got a match against Darwin and Beckham, and it was really good, so maybe that helps a little bit. Match play, you can't measure it, you can't bottle it, you can't explain it, but it's you need it desperately to be able to play, and you can train all you like, but yeah, you don't quite know where you are at this point, I think, or I don't, so good to get on there and have the refs in the crowd.
There's lots of rivalries within the sport, and obviously within Europe there's huge rivalries between the English and the French. Obviously, you're playing as an individual, but very much representing England, so does a win over a Frenchman feel maybe a little bit more satisfying?
No, I like the French. Mostly. Not at all. I mean, the French team are a good lot. Can you say that they're one of the communities I trained with, and similarly, an amazing reception from them at World Team, which I knew about last night in 2013 when they had a great match against France, but the crowd and the audience was so respectful of us and made it a wonderful occasion. And no, it doesn't make any difference at all. We're just out playing a big match and it's against big rivals who we've played for years. So no, I don't really think about the nationalistic side of it really.
But thinking ahead to tomorrow, playing the defending champion Borka, and again, I guess the preparation starts now. So, what are your sort of thoughts coming into the tournament and now facing Borka? What really are you looking for tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a match recently which is fresh, probably in both our minds. It was a really weird match, and we both played outstandingly well for periods of it in Bellevue, and so if it's like that again, I'm not looking forward to it. But it was, he's a great person, tough competitor, ferocious on the court, and they're good battles, just look forward to it. It's a good atmosphere, and it's a big match against someone like that, and he's defending his title, so.
He's a great competitor, and I think one thing that probably a lot of people underestimate with you, we talk about your talent, we talk about your amazing, court craft, but really, your toughness and mental toughness has got you, so far in the game, and we look forward to for you displaying that tomorrow, and we look forward to you being in the semi-finals. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation. James Willstrop.
So thank you for joining us today on Squashball.tv and live on our Facebook page and Squashball.com.
Final match of today. We hope you join us tomorrow for the semi-finals.
You'll be able to join us across tomorrow with our semi-final matches at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock to watch live on those two sources. We'll also have on the Unsquashable YouTube channel all the matches downloaded match by match for you to be able to watch again through there. So we hope to see you again. Thanks for watching.